Welcome to the most powerful story you'll hear this week, maybe even this year. This isn't just a business story. This is a human story, a story about a poor, hard-working boy who built an empire bigger than anyone could imagine. A boy with no money, no powerful connections, just a dream, a pickup truck, and a heart that refused to give up. He didn't wear fancy suits or talk like a billionaire. He drove his own truck, visited stores himself, and talked to customers like friends. This man became America's richest person, not by luck, but by one powerful belief. If you help people save money, you help them live better. That man was Sam Walton, the founder of Walmart. Born in 1918 in a small town called Kingfisher, Oklahoma, Sam grew up during the Great Depression. His family was poor, always moving because of his father's work. But from a young age, Sam learned discipline and hard work, milking cows before sunrise, delivering newspapers, and helping his family survive. He loved to learn, and loved people even more. In school, he played sports, not because he was the best, but because he never gave up. He worked jobs through college, paid his own tuition, and graduated with a degree in economics. During World War II, Sam served in the U.S. Army. There, he learned the most important lesson of his life. Details matter, people matter. After the war, he married Helen Robeson, a strong woman who became his greatest supporter and motivator. Together, they dreamed of building something big. With $25,000, Sam bought a small variety store in Newport, Arkansas. He had no big investors, just determination. He personally talked to customers, cleaned floors, checked prices, and studied competitors. While others raised prices for profit, Sam did the opposite. He lowered prices to earn trust. People thought he was crazy, but his plan worked. Customers came back, and they brought friends. Business was booming until disaster struck. He lost his store because the landlord refused to renew the lease and gave it to his own son. Sam lost everything. But instead of giving up, he and Helen packed their things and moved to a small town called Bentonville, Arkansas. There, in 1950, he opened a small store called Walton's 5 and 10. It wasn't fancy, just simple shelves filled with daily items. But what made it special was Sam's mindset. He had two golden rules. Treat customers like family. Help them, talk to them, listen to them, and fix their problems. The customer isn't just the reason for our success, the customer is our success. Buy cheap, sell cheaper, and make it up in volume. While others made $5 profit per item, Sam made 50 cents but sold thousands more. That was the beginning of a revolution, the birth of Walmart.
Sam Walton never stopped learning. Every weekend, he would drive hundreds of miles just to visit competitor stores. He'd take a notebook, walk around like a regular shopper, and write down every idea: design, product placement, customer service, everything. He believed that learning from others wasn't weakness, it was wisdom. Sam didn't sit in an office. He lived on the ground, inside his stores, among real people. He called it retail education, not from a university, but from real life. By the late 1950s, Sam's small stores were doing well, but he noticed something everyone else ignored: rural America. Small towns with high prices and poor service because big chains only went to big cities. Sam saw the opportunity. What if, he thought, we bring low prices and big variety to small towns? Everyone laughed at him. But in 1962, with courage and borrowed money, Sam opened the first Walmart in Rogers, Arkansas. It wasn't fancy, just 15,000 square feet of discounted goods. No automatic doors, no tech, just honesty and low prices. At first, people doubted him. But when they walked in and saw the deals, they came back again and again with friends, family, and neighbors. Soon, Walmart wasn't just a store, it was a movement. Helen, Sam's wife, and his brother Bud joined him. They built Walmart as a family business, not a corporate empire. Sam shared ownership with his managers so that everyone worked like an owner, not an employee. By the end of the 1960s, Walmart had 18 stores, all following Sam's core values. Lower prices than anyone in town. Friendly, caring staff. Clean, organized stores. Managers trained like leaders.
Sam personally visited each store. He didn't care about luxury. He drove a pickup truck, flew economy, shared rooms, and reused office supplies. He lived what he preached. Save money everywhere so customers can save too. He believed 3 golden rules. 1. Drive a used truck, not a luxury car. 2. Save pennies, not spend dollars. 3. Keep learning like a beginner, because the moment you think you're too big to learn, you start shrinking. By the early 1970s, Walmart became unstoppable. It wasn't just a business, it was a machine of value, growing faster than anyone imagined. Sam didn't just open stores. He'd built systems for logistics, distribution, and information. He knew that to grow fast, you can't just copy stores. You must build the machine that creates stores. In 1970, Walmart made a bold move. It built its own supply chain. No more middlemen, no delays, no excuses. Walmart owned its trucks, warehouses, and distribution centers. In 1971, the first distribution hub was built in Bentonville. Products came in, went out, faster and cheaper than anyone else. This web of warehouses connected small towns across America, delivering low prices at record speed. By the late 1970s, Walmart went even further, using satellite technology before most companies even had computers. Every store was connected to headquarters in real time. When a product sold in Texas, Arkansas knew instantly and restocked immediately. This changed everything. Walmart was no longer just a group of stores, it became a living, breathing network. A revolution in retail had begun.
And it gave Sam the power to control cost, supply, and pricing like no one else. Retail is detail, he said, and we will know every detail, every single hour. In 1972, Walmart had around 50 stores. That's when Sam Walton made another bold move. He took Walmart public. He didn't do it to get rich or retire. He did it to raise money, to expand faster. That single decision brought in millions of dollars, and Sam used that money to build more warehouses, buy more land for future stores, improve technology, hire better managers, and train employees to be the best. But even when Walmart's stock price kept rising, Sam didn't buy luxury cars or gold watches. He still drove his old Ford pickup, ate breakfast at cheap diners, and wore the same simple clothes. Because to him, Walmart's money belonged to the mission, not to him. Then came another revolution, the supercenter. In the late 70s and 80s, Sam noticed something. People hated driving from grocery store to pharmacy, from clothing shop to hardware store. So he asked, what if we put everything under one roof? Not just clothes, not just electronics, but food, pharmacy, garden tools, toys, everything. And that's how Walmart supercenters were born. A mother could fill her car with fuel, buy diapers for her baby, pick up fresh vegetables,
grab a birthday gift, and still be home before dinner. It became Walmart's signature formula: low prices plus maximum convenience. And it worked like wildfire. Customers stopped shopping at 5 stores. They just went to Walmart.
Critics started shouting, "Walmart kills small businesses. Walmart pays low wages. Walmart destroys Main Street." And while some of these were true, many people didn't understand Sam's mission. He wasn't trying to destroy. He was trying to serve more people at better prices. He knew, if you grow fast, you will be misunderstood. So instead of fighting back with fancy interviews, Sam just kept visiting stores, listening, observing, improving. And that was Walmart's secret weapon. They didn't fight critics with PR. They studied them. When people said, "Walmart hurts small businesses," they collected real data from hundreds of towns, proving that most families saved 20 to 30% per year by shopping there. When critics said, "Walmart pays low wages," Sam expanded the stock program, making thousands of employees actual owners. By the late 80s, over 120,000 associates owned Walmart stock, and many became millionaires just by working hard. That was Sam's answer. Don't fight critics with words. Let your work speak. While critics talked, Walmart built. He expanded using a cluster strategy, opening stores in concentric circles around existing ones. It reduced fuel costs, delivery times, and increased efficiency and brand loyalty. By 1985, something unbelievable happened. Forbes magazine named Sam Walton the richest man in America, a man from Bentonville who still ate breakfast at a diner. Worth $2.8 billion, over $8 billion today. By the early 1990s, his wealth passed $25 billion. But he never bought a mansion, never wore gold watches, never hired bodyguards. Still lived in his small house. Still walked into stores asking, "What's the customer saying? What's not working?" People called him crazy, but Sam called it discipline. In 1991, Walmart went international, starting with Mexico, then Canada, China, Brazil, the UK, and more. They didn't force American systems. They adapted to local markets, always keeping one promise: low prices, every day, everywhere. In 1992, Sam Walton wrote a book, not for fame or money, but to share his values before it was too late. The book was called Made in America: My Story. It wasn't business theory. It was real stories, real lessons, and real honesty. He ended with one message: never get arrogant. Always think like the customer. Respect your people, keep costs low, and never stop learning. Sam Walton's story didn't end with success. It ended with strength. In 1990, when Walmart was already dominating America, Sam received devastating news. He had bone cancer. But instead of stopping, he kept going. He kept visiting stores, training his people, and writing his book. He once said, "I don't know how much time I have, but I'm not done yet." Even while in pain, he continued working. In 1992, just a month before his death, President George H.W. Bush awarded him the Presidential Medal of Freedom. Sam, weak but proud, held the medal in his trembling hands and said, "If we work together, we'll give the world an opportunity to live better every single day." America stood and clapped, not for a businessman, but for a man who never stopped serving. On April 5, 1992, Sam Walton passed away at the age of 74. The nation mourned. Stores paused, flags were lowered, employees cried, and people left notes outside Walmart entrances. He had changed how people lived, shopped, and believed. But Walmart didn't collapse after Sam's death because he hadn't built a company that depended on him. He had built a system. His son, Rob Walton, became chairman and continued his father's mission: keep prices low, respect people, stay humble. Walmart's revenue that year was $43 billion, and it only grew faster. Over the next decade, Walmart's growth exploded: $67 billion by 1995, $100 billion by 1999, and over $150 billion by 2002. It became the world's largest retailer, powered by the most advanced supply chain in history. Every time a customer scanned an item, Walmart's system automatically restocked shelves in real time. Even the U.S. military studied their logistics model. If you're inspired by this story, hit the like button, because this is what real leadership looks like.
After Sam's passing, Walmart went global. In Mexico, it became the country's biggest retailer. In Canada, it took over 122 Woolco stores and became #1 within 2 years. In the UK, Walmart bought Asda, and in countries like China, Brazil, and India, it adapted to local markets, empowering local suppliers and workers. Through all of this, Walmart followed one golden rule: the customer is the boss. Every store tracked what locals wanted. Managers adjusted layouts, prices, and deals daily. Complaints went straight to the top. Walmart wasn't just big, it was flexible, fast, and connected. By the 2000s, new competition appeared: Amazon, eBay, and the rise of online shopping. But instead of ignoring it, Walmart evolved. It launched Walmart.com, built e-commerce teams, and introduced online pickup systems. The mission stayed the same: low prices, every day, no matter how you shop. Even today, Walmart's culture remains strong. Executives still visit stores, talk to employees, and feel the pulse of real customers. Morning meetings still happen. People clap, stretch, and share wins, keeping the same energy Sam Walton started decades ago. Sam Walton's legacy wasn't written on walls. It lived in daily actions, repeated every morning in every store. Walmart made mistakes. It failed in Germany, struggled in South Korea, and faced legal battles, strikes, and harsh criticism. But unlike arrogant empires, Walmart listened. It measured what went wrong, adjusted course, and learned fast. Imperfection didn't stop it. It made the company better. By the 2000s, Walmart had become a global symbol of retail power, generating hundreds of billions in sales and reaching an incredible milestone: more than $500 billion in annual revenue in 2018. With over 2 million associates and operations across dozens of countries, the company's size raised big questions about responsibility. People asked why wages were low and why some workers still needed public aid. Those concerns were real, and for a time, the company was slow to respond. Then Walmart began to change. It raised base pay in many regions, launched education and tuition assistance programs so employees could grow, and set sustainability goals, from reducing plastic to investing in clean energy and better farming practices. The company moved beyond simply cutting prices. It started investing in people and the planet. At the same time, Walmart faced a new rival: the internet. Instead of standing still, it reinvented itself, investing in e-commerce, including acquisitions like Jet.com, launching Walmart Plus, expanding grocery delivery and buy online pickup in-store services, and upgrading stores with smarter tech, AI, and automation. It even stepped into healthcare with low-cost clinics and mental health services. When the COVID-19 crisis struck, Walmart kept its doors open as an essential service, protecting workers, expanding online options, and helping communities in a time of need. Through all the growth, the heartbeat remained the same: stay humble, put people first, act like an owner, and never stop learning. What began with a pickup truck and a simple idea to help people save money and live better became something far greater, a system that keeps serving millions, adapts when it must, and tries to do better when people call it out. This is not just a story of stores or numbers. It's a human story about responsibility, resilience, and the belief that business done right can change lives. If this story inspired you, subscribe now and don't miss the next chapter.